Hi, this is Mike with 3G Construction, 1214 Cooper Avenue, Unit 2. Or actually, it's the lower unit. Waiting for my camera to focus in here. There we go. We're inside the bottom unit, and I was called out to take a look at the flooding that we've had in here, and wanted to just give you a quick rundown of what we've seen so far. We've walked the property a few times. I think the upper tenant was complaining of mold or smell and odor. I took a look around all the tack strip here. I pulled up some different areas here, and it's pretty consistent, even in this further room back here. Flash is not coming on, but you can see the white around there, the mold, in that corner as well. You can see how the sediments kind of come through the bedroom there onto the hard surface and into this room, and even spilled over into the bathroom. The floor is definitely lower at that end over there, and I think that's why the water made it so far out. But it seems like the main culprit, as far as where the water was coming in, is these two windows. Probably more this one. It's hard to get a moisture reading. I did pick up some moisture, but you can see the sediment and the water coming down the wall there and on the windowsill. And the reason why it's so difficult to get a reading is because it's basically done with cinder block and concrete and plaster and all the fun stuff. Good stuff though. So the good news is there's no drywall that needs to be removed, and the baseboard surprisingly is okay as well. So over here to the adjacent bedroom, I think we're okay over here. Haven't seen any sign of moisture. It smells good. There's no odor of mold. A little bit of sediment in the window there. Other than that, really not much. That one's clean over there. That one looks like it's holding up. This one looks like it's holding up. And the front one here, which by the way has a cracked piece of glass. I don't know if you can see out there. Yeah, you can see it there. You can see all the splashback there on the window. Little bit of sediment, but really no sign of moisture coming through that window. So I'm going to pause this and move on to the outside. Onto the outside. First of all, our goals when we're doing flood mitigation is to always try to eliminate 100% of the water coming into the house. Sometimes that's not realistic, but that's our goal. And obviously we know that everyone has different situations as far as money and what they're wanting to put in these places and how much protection they're really looking for. But I will tell you that I just call it like I see it, and what we're seeing on this property is it does have negative drainage on the concrete here on the driveway, which makes it a little difficult when it's concrete all the way to the house like that, and it's got negative drainage. I mean, really the best way would be to rip out the concrete and report and all that good stuff, but we understand that doesn't make sense in everyone's case. So we're going to continue to just call it like we see it. The gutters definitely need to be clean. You can see the branches hanging over, and that way we can keep it from spilling over the edges. Keep a nice and clear path. Empties out right here. Typically you want 5 feet away from the house. In this case it's a little challenging because you have a driveway, and if you put a tip out there, obviously it's going to get ran over or crushed. So There is a lot of different alternatives. You can turn that the other direction, but somewhere you have to empty it out, and you got to take into consideration how is it going to affect other things. So we're going to watch this video later and put some stuff together and see what's going to work best for you in your situation. And we'll probably be very detailed on all the items that we think will work, and might have to pick and choose and see what's going to work best for your specific situation. The window wells built with brick. Some of them are loose, not all of them. All of them need to be cleaned out from the debris and over time the sediment, because there is a lot of raw exposed soil around the house that is kind of spilled into the window well and kind of creates a hard packed surface over time, which allows that water to not be able to drain properly, and there's just not enough capacity in these window wells, so it wants to spill over. So, you know, a very cost-effective way, depending on the history of the house and how much this is flooded or how much this has happened, you could potentially clean these window wells out and put a slope on them, put some fabric and some rock in there, and, you know, go a foot down, and that will at least give you a little more capacity if water does get in there. Window well covers are going to be an option that we're going to put on there. There's some different things we're looking at. You can see kind of the sediment that's come down the stairs. There's different things we can do there as well. French drains, natural swells, sandbags, anything to divert the water away from the house. Same with these wells back here. They all need to be cleaned from this debris. All this stuff next to the shed really needs to move. And it makes it kind of challenging when you have all that exposed raw soil, because the water just kind of has its way with the soil and beats it up, pounds it around, moves it the way it wants, pours into the window wells. So what ultimately is here will end up being in there eventually. The rain washes it in there and makes that hard packed surface, which holds that water, which we don't want. So walk on the side here. On this side of the house, seems there's really not much evidence that any water's getting in on this side, but it's really a question: do you want to try to protect it now so we eliminate the possibilities of this happening in the future, or really how far you want to go? I think we probably have what we need to maybe put a basin here, drain basin, and get a French drain out and protect this side of the house. Potentially can run one down here, fabric, rock. Up here we're going to toss around a little bit and see what's going to work best for you, but definitely got to find a way to divert that water away from the wall, and maybe even stop that sediment from running into this side of the, or this lower part of the house here, or the grade landscaping. And something that I didn't mention when I came to the outside when I first fired up the video outside, that window well, where I was shaking the brick. Let me just walk back over here, it'd be easier to explain. It's the one next to the shed. The one next to the shed is the same window that we believe is the main culprit of the water coming in. You can see actually how far it went up. Just poured right in. So it just built up, poured right in. That dirt right there, I would suggest cleaning it out. So as a homeowner and a landlord, I understand the situations that everyone's in, and I'm going to call it like I see it, and I'm going to treat it like I would with my own homes, and I'll put it down on some paper, and I'll be available for any kind of questions, concerns, ideas, anything you might have. Please let me know. We'll get over as quick as possible. Thanks.